George, we have to make another birthday card.
I got a great idea, Ken.
Dalek?
Exterminate.
Hi, and welcome to Craft Spy 2. I'm Ken.
And I'm George.
And I'm confused on why a Dalek would be a birthday card.
Let me show you, Ken. Ta-dam! A Dalek birthday card.
What did the Dalek say to the birthday boy?
Guess what he said?
I don't know. Celebrate, celebrate, exterminate, celebrate.
He's trying to be good, but you know Daleks, they can't be 100% good. So, this is a really simple card. 2 pieces of paper. One for the front, and back of course, in TARDIS blue if you notice. And a silver one on the inside for the sentiment, which is really kind of cool. And this cool font I found online. It's made up of a bunch of different lines, and if you make this card with a Cricut Explore, the Explorer will write all the lines. So it kind of looks like what I think a Dalek would sound like if you put it in a font.
Yeah, it's got that kind of rough quality to it. It's really cool.
So, let me show you how I designed it in Design Space. But remember, you can make this on any electronic cutter. It just might be different from the way I'm going to show you now. So here we are in Cricut Design Space. I've already uploaded my SVG of the Dalek to my account, and I've installed the Static Age Horizontal Hold font on my computer. So now all we have to do is design the card. Let's come over here to Insert Images, and we're going to insert a square. We'll move the square up, and we're going to come over to Edit and change it to, let's unlock the proportion, the constraints on the proportion. We're going to make it 10 by 7. That way it'll make a 5 by 7 card. And I want to put it at 1 by 1 because that'll just help me when I'm trying to figure out where the center of the card is for the score line. So then I'm going to come here and say Insert Image, Score Line. I'm going to make the score line 7 inches tall because that's how tall our card is. And I'm going to put the score line at 6 inches because we started at 1 inches. The middle of the card would be 5 inches, but because we started at 1, the middle of the card is 6. And then I'm going to move it up to 1 inch. Then we're going to select the whole card, come to Layers, and Attach. Now our score line is attached to the card base. And we can come here and we can change the color. Now for this particular card that we're designing, we want to have an inside panel and an outside panel. So we're going to select this, copy it, paste it, select it, and let's move it down out of the way for right now. And then we're going to come back here and select the card front, and I want to make it blue. Now let's design the front of the card. We're going to insert image and insert the Dalek that I designed. Ooh, that's big. Let's scroll down a little bit, make them smaller. There. Still got to make them smaller. Then you can move them to where you want them on the front of your card. We can make them a little bit bigger, I think. There, I like that. And then I want to insert some text. What did the Dalek, if I spelled it right, say to the birthday boy? I want to come to Edit because I want to make this a writing font. So I'm going to select here and say has a writing style. And then let's pick, birthday bash. I like that. Yeah, that looks good. and bring it to where we want it. And let's resize it. There, and we want to put it where the Dalek isn't going to be. Now we're going to select the whole front of the card, come over to layers, and say attach. What this will do will attach the question that we wrote out to the front of the card, as well as the Dalek cut. So it'll cut the Dalek shape out on the front of the card. And the way the SVG is designed, it'll all be in one piece. So there, wasn't it simple? That was designing the front of our card. Now let's come down to the inside of the card. And for this one, I want to make the inside just a little bit smaller. So I want to keep the constraints on the size of the card, and I want to make it just a little bit smaller. So 9.75. And that'll change not only the width, but the height in proportion to each other. So that way on the inside of the card, it'll have a nice blue frame around the card from the front. And on this, I want to insert text. And the text is up here sometimes. And the Dalek's going to say, celebrate. Because he's a good Dalek. Celebrate. Exterminate. Celebrate. He had to say exterminate because he's a Dalek. Daleks can't be 100% good. And if you're a Doctor Who fan, you kind of get the joke. So I want to center the text. And then I want to make it in the system font that we installed on our system, the static age horizontal hold. So we're going to say system font, and then come down here. Oops. Oops. I changed it when I didn't mean to. And we're going to come down to the S's. Oop. And the static age horizontal hold font on my Mac shows up as SNF Sketchy. So we're going to select that. And I really like this font because it's made up of a bunch of different lines. So when you write it with the Cricut Explore, it'll use a pen to write each individual line. So it looks all staticky and stuff. Kind of what I think a Dalek would sound like if his voice was written as a font. So we're going to select this and just scroll down. And oops, scroll down here. And I'm going to make this a lot bigger. And then I'm going to select the whole inside of the card and come up to a line and center it. And then over to layers and attach it. That way the writing will be attached to the inside of the card. That's all there is to it. We made our Dalek card. Now if you click go, you should have two cuts. The front of the card, again the Dalek will cut out on the blue card. And then the inside of the card, that'll get written. And then when you put it together, you put the white celebrate, celebrate, exterminate, celebrate on the inside of the blue. And you'll see the white card. Or I think I might use like a shiny silver paper. That way the Dalek will look like shiny silver on the front. Isn't it easy? It's a lot of fun. Can't wait to show Ken.
So, just a note, George said you could cut this on any electronic cutting system.
Yep.
But it has to be a system that supports SVG files, because this is an SVG.
Yeah, that's right too. Sorry.
And custom fonts. So, why didn't I put this together?
Ken, it's 2 pieces of paper. I can do that.
I noticed you didn't show that. How long did that take?
Well, you know, I had a couple spare hours. So we have the SVG file and the font available on our website, so check it out there.
We also have a link to the Cricut Design Space project, but you can't share them if they have the SVG in there, so we have the card and the text all laid out for you, but you have to plug in the SVG that you download from our site yourself.
Make sure you have the fonts installed too before you open the project, otherwise Cricut Design Space will substitute a different font.
This is a video collab we did with some friends of ours, some new friends. Cinnamon Cooney, the Art Sherpa, and Peter of the Animated Pencil. Make sure you check the description either on YouTube or on our website to check out their videos and their websites, because we're all Doctor Who fans.
What? So if you like this project and you're not subscribed, you should be subscribed so you can keep up to date on great things like this. You can subscribe by clicking the button below if you're on YouTube, or if you're on our website, there's a button over there that says subscribe. If you click on it and it does nothing, you're already subscribed.
We're also on Instagram, and we give out sneak peeks when we're working on projects sometimes, or little previews. So check out on Instagram so you don't miss out on those little tidbits.
What?
The link to Instagram and all of our other social media is in the description and on our website down below.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to watch the other people in this collab video. Until the next time Earth is invaded by the Daleks. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Excuse me.